It's time for Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails with Robert Bannon and Lee Lessick.
Hello, Robert.
Hello, Lee. Hello, everybody. Week 4.
Amazing.
We're flying by here.
I know. It's kind of crazy, huh?
It is. It's insane. Time flies when you're home. Lee, how are you? How's it going in California?
Good. We've had really good weather, so that's nice.
Yeah,
that helps.
Not here.
No?
It was 44 degrees the other day. It's raining. Nothing says I want to stay home than it being nasty and cold out. Lee, do you want to know something weird? There's like a following of kids that have been sending me pictures of people's children as they get drunk, spending all day with their kids, watching our show. That are Avery is in New Jersey watching our show. My family, the kids, they love the show. Manny, he's wearing a Robert Bannon shirt and watching us right now in North Bergen.
Wow. You're very popular.
No, Lee, you're very popular. Very.
Did you have a good week?
I did. I had a good week of trying to keep optimistic and hopeful through all of this and keep our sanity. And yeah, it could be a lot worse. Happy to be in here.
Yes, for sure.
How about you?
I had a good week until about noon today when I discovered that there's a huge air conditioning system leak in the attic, and today it came through the living room ceiling and destroyed everything. Antique rugs, sofa, chairs, wallpaper, everything.
I'm so sorry. That's a great way to spend a Thursday. Ooh.
But I'm smiling because I'm enjoying Oprah's favorite rosé of the season called Maison Marcel. Maison Marcel.
What happened to Sarah Jessica Parker?
Oh, we are done. We are done.
No, this is big news.
We are done. She has not even made contact with me. I have promoted her Sauvignon Blanc for a month. Nothing. Butt kiss. Forget it.
I'm sure Oprah would get in touch with us. I'm sure Oprah would be flattered. I'm just saying.
My phone is ready.
I'm drinking. I'm out of my zebra mug. That's a
you know what you make do. You make do. You make changes.
And listen, Lee,
you got to go with it. And I'm going with it. And I have always been Team Oprah.
I was going to say, if there's anyone out there that I think shares the same taste in wine with you, it would be Oprah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Anyway, we have so much to cover today on the show that I just want to jump right in. Anybody who was here last week or the week before knows, I started a new project because it's the 15th anniversary of when I released my duets album, In Good Company, which was one of my most favorite projects ever. I got to record with every musical hero that I have. And so to celebrate that, and because when we released it, social media didn't exist, we're releasing and reintroducing one track a week. And we're doing it with an interview with the artist. And that's every Friday. Last week, we released Bring Back Romance, which is a song that Ann Hampton Callaway wrote, and she sang it with me. And tomorrow we are dropping Blue Guitar, which was written by an incredible singer-songwriter, Susan Werner. And so you all get to see the interview first because you're here. So this is my moment with Susan Werner. Hey, Susan Werner.
Hi, Lee.
Yours is a particularly wonderful journey for me.
It meant a lot to me that someone else saw themselves in my lyrics. My writing is more theatrical than it is pop or rock. Torch. It's like Torch Country. And
Yeah,
that song
I like
is.
that.
Yeah. So the song Blue Guitar references a painting that's in the Art Institute of Chicago, and it's called Old Man with Guitar from Picasso's Blue Period. And there's reference in the lyrics to, we can't paint that blue guitar again, something about a masterpiece, right? That our relationship was a great moment, but then it's over. And like periods in a painter's life or an artist's life, love can also be a chapter in someone's life. And maybe it's a very intense and wonderful chapter, but maybe things end when they end because you're ready for something else. And the moving on can be challenging. So you have to allow yourself to grieve the letting go of the thing that was wonderful, but which is ending. And that's how the song came about.
We turned it into a wonderful duet.
My first thought was, what? Right, because I didn't write it. I wrote it on a record that was a, Susie Werner singer-songwriter record. And then I went and looked at the lyrics and absolutely. And the two people can both be feeling like we got this right while we did. And, thanks for everything. And I'll miss you.
In that studio, you came out and we recorded it together out in one mic, which I love.
Because it is, duet at its best is two people not only joining in harmony, but in biofeedback. The brain waves are taking on the same shape simultaneously, and you can feel each other, and because it encourages that kind of chemistry.
I am someone that is very lyrically driven, and you write very lyrically story-driven songs that, to me, they are standards. They feel like standards.
We'll see if these are standards, if my songs are standards 100 years from now. So let's visit again in 100 years and see if any of my work held up.
Thank you so much for agreeing to do this, and I'm very grateful to have discovered you, and then now 15 years to have developed a wonderful friendship. I'm thrilled that you were a part of it in such a big way.
I was so honored then, and I remain honored that you chose songs of mine to include on this, and that you found duets within these songs. It's just fantastic and a great honor to me. Thanks again for doing that.
Blue guitar again.
This is becoming, the real show is, what is Robert going to be eating after the first video? Because last week it was popcorn.
It's dinner time here, Lee. Lee, I
already had a taco.
Thank you to my family for the tacos. Lee, I love that song.
It.
I love Susan.
I love it.
I love her voice.
I love Susan Werner. First of all, Susan Werner is going to be one of our guests next week. So you'll get to hear a lot more about Susan Werner. But I actually met her because I went to the movies here like in, 1996, I think. And I got there early, and there was a Virgin Megastore in the same complex. And so I went in the Virgin Megastore, and she was doing an in-store performance to promote her, I think it was her first album called Last of the Good Straight Girls. And she was incredible. I never heard of her. I didn't know who she was, but her voice was just incredible. And I bought the album and went to my movie and, went on my way. And I was obsessed with this album. Like each song and then the entire arc of the album, it reminded me of when I had first heard K.D. Lang's Ingenue album. I may have been what they refer to as a stalking fan. and then on my second album in 1998, I did an album called I Know You by Heart, and I recorded one of her songs and I licensed it, in the whole bit. And when I finished the album, I sent a copy to her record label at the time. And then I promptly, never heard a word. And then in 2004, I got an email from her, and we have a mutual friend, it turns out, in Chicago. And she had just moved from Philly to Chicago. And he gave her my album, and she emailed me to thank me.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
you would have thought that Oprah was at my door with a bottle of Maison Marcel. I was like, I couldn't believe it. And I asked her if she would be part of this duets project, and she said yes. And we ended up including 2 of her songs, Blue Guitar, which I recorded with her. And then we closed the album with a song that she wrote called May I Suggest, that I had the honor of recording with Michael Feinstein. And it's a beautiful lyric. And anyway, so it's a perfect moment to talk about our first guest, because Johnny Rodgers co-produced and did all of the arrangements. It was the first like major project he and I ever did together back in 2005. And now I spend most of my life on tour with him, which is so fantastic. And he's our guest. And one of the things that Johnny has done over he musical directed and toured with Liza Minnelli, and you name it, he's done it. He was on Broadway with her, and but he has a band called the Johnny Rodgers Band, and they also they played on my album and whatnot. But I can't remember how it happened, but they somehow connected with the State Department, and they did like 6 tours for the State Department where they went to third world countries and brought music and master classes. And it's pretty incredible, the stories that they have. And I'll let Johnny, if he wants to, share more about that. But I just want to show a little video clip of a song that that he wrote and that they released called Bound Together, which I just thought lyrically was so perfect for where we are right now. And anyway.
I hear the crying of the land. I feel the winds of change and motion, a loss of innocence at hand. All the people on the lonely street walking by me as they watch their feet, they're missing what's in front of them. Not a smile or a word to share, not a notion or a thought that they're connected, every one of them. But we are all bound together, bound forever, We're bound to fight, but we are all bound together, and all together, we can make it right.
Hey, Johnny Rodgers.
Rodgers.
Hi, Robert. Hi, Lee. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, well, greetings from...
Look who's here. Your mom's on. Your mom is watching.
Oh, of course she is.
And Michael Landra, who's our guest next week as well.
Fantastic.
Wow, I love it. I love it.
We've got a celebrity-filled audience.
We do. We do indeed. We do indeed. How are you doing there in Waukesha, Wisconsin?
We're doing fine, actually. Everybody's healthy, and what more can you ask for right now?
Yeah.
And, trying to enjoy this time together. We've been given this great gift of time, and, trying to make the most of it. And it's great because I have a 19-month-old baby girl named Josephine Joan, JoJo. And we've been learning all the instruments. She came out of the room this morning playing the bugle, which I can't do. So
She got that from you. She got those musical genes.
I can't bugle, but she can. So hopefully she'll teach me a lot more and take care of me when I'm old and poor.
Which is not happening anytime soon.
Oh, no, definitely not. Isn't it already here?
You
Johnny,
can't say that.
could you have anything you'd like to share? You know, you toured the world, you did all of this work with your band and performing in all these countries about music and why music's important at this time, especially while we're all going through something like this. You've been to some really tough spots and shared music. Do you have anything that you've learned that you could share with everyone about how important it is?
Absolutely. I mean, the video that you just were kind enough to share, I actually put together last week. It was my first iMovie project ever, believe it or not. And I wrote that with the drummer of the Johnny Rodgers band, Danny Mallon. And we did 6 tours together as a band. And then I did 2 additional to Russia and Belarus. And we went to Cambodia and Egypt during some rocky times. And North Africa. And the one thing that was amazing was that, you know, even though some of the lyrics were in English, you know, music seems to be a force that can bring people together and build bridges between people because there's such a commonality. It goes way beyond language. It goes, you know, far beyond, you know, where we can get sometimes with other ways of communicating.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I remember our very first job together, because I met you in Chicago, like in 2000 maybe, or something like that, or earlier. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think I was in junior high.
And then you went to New York, and I remember, oh yeah, I used to tour with a boy band, as it were, called 3 Men and a Baby Grand. And you filled in because John Boswell, who created the show and was our musical director, wasn't available. And you filled in, and our first job was a cruise from New York City to Reykjavik, Iceland.
I remember it well.
Which we nearly died on.
It was very close. It was, you know.
Oh my God. I've done a lot of cruises and a lot of cruising in my time.
3 oceans converged, and we were like...
it was insane.
Gilligan, the skipper, too.
It was insane. It was
All
insane.
I remember is a fire hydrant falling off the wall near my head and looking at one of the crew members and saying, "What's going on?" And him looking at me and saying, "It's not good."
Yeah, I think you meant a fire extinguisher.
What did I say?
You said fire hydrant.
Oh, well, that would have been something, huh? Then I could have relieved myself before the fire extinguisher. All right.
Anyway. True.
I know you, Johnny, because I saw the Liza on Broadway show.
Oh, fantastic.
Part of. She's brilliant and amazing. And that show was gorgeous.
She is, boy, I tell you, what an education, you know, to get to learn from somebody like that, from the best seat in the house for sure. 20 years. So I'm very blessed and grateful.
So I'm a huge fan of your debut solo album, Box of Photographs. And
I'm so glad, because I'm hoping to put it out on a little label you might know about called LML Music, an extended version.
But I was hoping we could get you to perform something, since you own the rights to all the songs and we can't get pulled off of YouTube or Facebook for it.
Oh, I couldn't possibly.
Oh, what a coincidence.
All right, this was by request from Lee. So
okay, I'm going to take us out.
All right.
You go to town.
I got my ear against the track and I can hear that train humming. The smoke is rising from the stack. I'm gonna climb aboard and ride. And when I meet that misty morning mountain air, the sun will rise and I will feel it shine. I spent the weekend earning money for my fare. I'm gonna ride it down the line, 'cause I'm coming home to Mendocino.
guitar strapped to my back, and I can feel my fingers strumming. The colors fade from blue to black across a sky so dark and wide. But when I'm buried in your golden blossom hair, the sun will rise and I will feel it shine. I may not have much, but I've got love enough to share. And I'm coming back to make you mine. 'Cause I'm coming home to Mendocino. This soul guitar and I are following a star. Coming home to Mendocino. Mendocino's where you are. I've wandered far, far, far too long. I thought I'd find a love more true, but now I know that I was wrong. And now I know what I should do. I'm coming home to you, coming home to Mendocino. This soul guitar and I are following a star. Coming home to Mendocino. Mendocino's where you are.
Hey! Yes!
Thank you.
Oh, so
Yeah.
good.
Can you sing?
So
and play,
good.
can you sing and play that piano? My goodness.
Well, thank you.
My goodness.
So
Well,
good.
thanks for having me on the show.
Well, we're so glad you're here, and who knows when I'm going to see you again. I
I
literally
know.
see this. I see you every month, and
I know I'm having withdrawal symptoms.
and we kind of left. We were on tour when this happened, and we kind of left in a hurry, in a scurry.
We sure did. Otherwise we'd still be living together in Florida, we'd be like the Golden Girls.
That's
Yes, and we've stayed in that hotel. There's a
Yes.
hotel in Naples, Florida that we stay that they put us up in. Trust me, we do not choose it. And it literally is like you're on the set of the Golden Girls. There is so much rattan. You literally have to take Benadryl or you'll break out in the hives.
that sounds perfect to me.
Well,
But thank you for being a friend.
yeah, right? Very, very well done. Johnny,
Johnny, thank
I
you.
love you. I
I
hope
love
to see
you
you
too.
soon.
You want to see somebody cute?
Yes.
Way cute, so cute. But just waking up, so this is JoJo.
Jojo. I got a wave. Oh, hi, Jojo.
Okay.
Mwah. Back at ya.
Yeah. Did you hear Daddy
So
making a lot
cute.
of noise? Was Daddy making a lot of noise and waking you up? I love you.
A couple years, she'll be jamming on that keyboard and playing the bugle.
Oh, you
Sure,
know
I
it.
did. I had to lift it about 5 feet because I had it at JoJo level. Just for you guys, we lifted the height.
Can you say bye-bye?
You say bye.
Bye. Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny, so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Be well.
Bye-bye.
How fun.
It's beautiful.
So fun, right?
A blast.
So yesterday, I have a lot of time on my hands and I sometimes get like sucked into social media black holes. And I was like on Instagram more than I should have been, I guess. And our friend Jessica Vosk, who was our first guest on our little show, posted this video that I think I watched it like 87 times.
I agree. We didn't even know we saw it. We didn't even
No. And then I texted you and I was like, have you seen this? And okay, first I'm going to play the video. Okay? I'm going to play the video.
I became a singer because I could never get work as an actress. People were saying to me, how come you hold the note so long? And I said, because I want to.
When did you first realize you had the voice?
Oh, well, when I was 5 years old. All I know is during that lesson I went, look, I want to go like this, you know, and that was the E flat. I said, goodbye.
Wow.
I sang the E flat, didn't need him.
Is it hard to maintain your voice?
You know, I don't worry about it. I don't take special care of it. I never vocalize. Now, before I'm going to make an album, I tried to do it, but it's so boring.
You don't sit at the piano and just sort of belt out some songs?
No. I never sing in the shower either.
Oh my God.
Tyler Jones, Barbara Streisand, right over your shoulder.
Oh,
hello.
There we go.
I know it's not kosher for guests to bring guests, but she follows me everywhere.
I am so sure. That is brilliant.
Thanks for having me. I haven't been invited to anything for 2 months.
Oh no.
No, but welcome. Tyler, where did you come up with this idea to do your best Streisand impersonation?
Oh my God. You know, I think the first time that it happened, actually, I had just finished a contract. I also act and sing sometimes. And my voice was like shot for a week. So I was on voice rest. And I was like, well, I could lip sync. And I found this interview with the most ridiculous words that have ever come out of Barbara's mouth. And, you know, the great part of having access to all of these old things is you can bastardize all of the story and turn it into whatever you want it to be. So thanks, honey.
It's hysterical. It's just hysterical. And it's so fresh and, you know, I don't know. It just made...
Thank you. All I can take away from it is the fact that I truly love her so much. I hope that just that reads.
Wow. Well, then I don't know how many people watched the Sondheim 90th birthday event. And so you evidently have another alter ego. I don't know if this is the first time we've seen her. I don't know. I literally just met you yesterday. I stalked him on Instagram and I'm like, do you want to be on my show? And
that's the
obviously
potentially the last time, you know, we tried it.
It's kind of fun. We created a character called Lynthia Lunt. And here's a little bit of Lynthia.
How do I know if it's working? I don't think it's not working. Oh, yes it is, you idiot. Hello, America and others. Yes, it is me, Lynthia Lunt, coming to you from my town home right in the heart of the Upper East Side of Toledo. I've gotten several emails, twat messages, and even a carrier pigeon from my old gal pal Shelley Duvall, all asking me the same thing. Where was I during last night's Stephen Sondheim anniversaire? Where's Lunt? It's a very funny story, you see. I was intended to be a special guest on the star lineup of celebritaires. I was going through my book of songs with my live-in pianist. Accompaniment. Well, he tickles those ivories. But then I realized I didn't have the Zoom password. So I rang up Bernie P. and I said, Nadette, I'm running late, but I'm ready to Zoom. And she hung up on me. I never did get that Zoom password. Anywho, there's no bad blood in the business of show. And this is all about Steve. Fear not, Stevie. Dolly will never go away again. What? I first met Steve Sondheim when I was the original witch in the original production of Into the Woods at Alhambra Community Players. We were actually doing an illegal production across the town from the La Jolla Playhouse, which was premiering it, and Stephen handed me a cease and desist letter personally.
I love her. Nanette Peters.
Nanette Peters. I don't think you're the first to get that letter, actually, but I digress.
Wait, what did you say? I didn't hear. You didn't guess.
I said, I don't think you're the first to get that letter, but I digress.
Tyler, where are you from? Where did you come from? Where are you from?
Oh God, McKinney, Texas.
Wow.
Grew up there. I went to school in Ann Arbor for college, and then I went straight to New York in 2011, and I've been here bothering everyone ever since.
Wow.
You're a star. You're funny.
Oh,
You're so
you.
funny.
You're so sweet. I just, I love these women. So.
His Patty LaPone too. He does Patty LaPone's Basement, and I heard Patty LaPone. Did she really hear about you? Is this true?
She did. She said I was good with an exclamation point.
Aww.
All I could have ever asked for was that exclamation point. That kept me alive for the next 6 months at least.
I totally get it.
But
totally get it.
Truly, lip syncing, you're as good as the material that you're given. So I find that my biggest problem with keeping Barbara going is that she just says the same 3 stories over and over. And it's like, nobody wants to hear this again. So I was blessed for that voice lesson.
No, but
wow.
Lee's a trained actor. Lee went to acting school, and I went to acting school, and like the character you bring to it, it's the nuance that makes it so funny. You're like so committed, and the choices. I'm like, yes, choices. Tyler.
You. I feel like the most fun part is finding what the narrative you're trying to create out of what already exists is the most interesting part of the whole situation. And that being said, after hour 9 of sitting in front of my phone at my windowsill, I'm ready to quit.
Well, you're a joy. And
thank you.
I love your sense of humor. And let us know when you are releasing anything new, because we'll bring you back, and we'd love to share it with everybody. It made my day yesterday. It just made my day.
We went in the rabbit hole.
I'm happy to make anybody laugh in these weird times.
Weird, crazy, right?
Where can people follow you?
So I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Tyler Mac Jones. Tyler MAC Jones.
Perfect.
They're funny.
All right.
Check it out.
Thank you so much for having me, boys.
Thank you.
Stay healthy. Stay safe.
Be well.
Be well.
Bye.
So funny.
So fun, right?
So funny.
I love it.
More in the making. I loved it.
I love it. So I think it was June or July, I got a Facebook message from, Waiting for the Divine Calf. Like, the fans are out. I'm getting to it. I'm kidding. And Tyler's Aunt Lizzie loves him. Of course.
I love Lizzie.
Right? as does all of McKinney, Texas. But I digress. So I got a Facebook message from an artist in Sydney, Australia, wanting to connect with me. And she does this unbelievable Bette Midler tribute, but she literally recreates a Bette Midler concert from the 70s with the whole band and the harlots and everything. I mean, and I've never booked or promoted an impersonation type show. It's just nothing that I've never done it before. So I wasn't so sure about it, but her materials were so incredible that I was like, maybe I'm wrong. And then she and her husband came to LA, and she said, can we grab a coffee? And I said, yeah. And I think it was August, because it was really hot. And we were messaging back and forth, and I said, well, she said, can I bring my boys with me? And I was like, is that like the band? I didn't know. Well, she has literally the most adorable, sorry, Johnny, the most adorable child. He is so cute. And so I was like, well, does he swim? And she was like, he loves to swim. I'm like, well, why don't you just come over, hang out by the pool? We'll drink a lot of rosé. So they came over, and I just adored her. She was just fabulous. And so we decided to work together to route a big tour for her. And then here we are. right? So, but it's going to happen. She's incredibly talented. I'm going to show you a little sizzle reel of her show because I just think she's fantastic. And then we'll bring her on to chat.
How you doing? Welcome to another foul evening with me, the Divine. Oh my, you can't boogie if you try. Never, oh. He's gonna take you. Do you want it? Can you feel that love is only for the lucky and the strong? Oh, with him and the company comes cheap and traveling. He's a good one to do the work for me.
She's so great. Here she is, Catherine Alcorn.
Catherine! Hey!
Good morning, everyone.
Look at you!
Does
It's my
anyone
little
still wear
COVID
a
chic.
hat?
It's my COVID chic. We're toilet training Jack at home now, so it kind of goes hand in hand, you know.
Well,
I didn't see it, but now I can see. Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah. A little toilet paper and pearls.
You look fantastic. Thank you for getting up so early in the morning for us.
Oh, I'm so thrilled to be with you guys. Thank you so much for inviting me. This show is like a breath of fresh air. You've been doing such a great job, and all of your guests have been so amazing, and I have been tuning in every week, and it's just been so much fun.
Thank you. People were so excited that you were going to be here. You have such hello Australia. So many people from Australia were reaching out and saying good morning.
I love it.
I've promoted this thing. Everyone should watch it.
Yes. So thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
How long have you been singing? Your voice is insane. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Well, like Barbara, I knew from at least 5 years old that I had it. And I'm not sure anyone else knew that I had it, but I knew I had it, so I just kept on going. But look, I've been singing forever. I've started singing in the choirs at school, and then went into all of the school musicals, etc. And it's just kind of it's been a natural evolution. It's like I didn't even have a choice in the matter. It was just something I always did and something I was always going to do.
Amazing. Amazing. And where did the idea for Bet come along?
So after high school, I went to university in a little town in New South Wales called Wagga Wagga. And if people out there don't know where Wagga Wagga is, it's just before Gumly Gumly and just after Walla Walla. And that's a true story. So that should clear it up for everyone. These are the Australian country town names that we know and love down under. So I went to university, and then I went overseas traveling for a few years and moved back to Sydney in 2007 and worked in film and television production for a couple of years. And I really wanted to I wanted to create a showcase piece to sort of launch me back into the industry. So I went to this fabulous cabaret venue on Oxford Street called Slide Lounge, and I was there watching a friend's show. And I raced up to my friend who'd written it, and I said, "This is what I want to do. I want a showcase piece. I want to invite every agent in town to come and see me." And he said, "Well, what kind of a show do you think would showcase you and your talents?" And I immediately said, Bette Midler. I've always been a massive fan. The fact that she can turn on a dime from those comedic moments to those most heartfelt moments that just have you in tears, like with the John Prine song Hello in there. We all know what I'm talking about, how she just has that ability to take you on that roller coaster and you know, the breadth of work in her catalog and her material. I mean, it's rock, it's blues, it's soul, it's musical theatre, it's everything. So you've got that really beautiful sort of showcase of what you can do vocally too. So it was happening. The show got written. I invited every agent in town. None of them turned up.
I've been there. I get it.
None of the bastards turned up. But the general public did, and the first show sold out, and then the second show sold out, and we ended up playing a year's residency at Sly in 2010, and then from there the show has just, it's, you know, 10 years later, I'm still touring. Last year in 2019, we did a 30-day tour around Australia to the performing arts centres. In 2018, we toured to America 3 times, and we did a week at the Sydney Opera House. And it has just been, it's been the show, it's been the gift that keeps on giving, and I certainly keep giving it. And I just love it. The Divine Misfit really has just been the gift of my life, you know, and I hope to be performing the show for, you know, many, many years to come, all across America. So when, you know, that'll happen.
Yeah, yes, it will. It will. I can't wait to see it.
So great. So great. Well,
and what about your music? Do you sing as Catherine as well?
She does.
Yeah. I've got, you know, the Divine Misfit is kind of my staple show, but I've got a lot of other productions. I've got another stage show based on the life of Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac that was commissioned by the Adelaide Cabaret Festival in 2013. And from the Divine Misfit, I kind of call the Divine Misfit my marijuana show. It's like my gateway to So from there, I've been able to return to lots of different theatres and perform as me, and you know, there's always something new brewing as well. Last year, I created a new show with an absolute legend of Australian showbiz here in Sydney called Phil Scott. And we wrote a show called 30-something, which is set on New Year's Eve in 1939, and we performed it at the Hayes Theatre in Sydney, which is in King's Cross, an old bohemian sort of suburb of Sydney. And it's set New Year's Eve 1939, so the audience come in. So many people were dressing up in the style of the 30s, and it's a lifetime countdown from 11 p.m. until midnight. And so then we all celebrate New Year's Eve, at the chime of the clock. And what 30-something explored was all of 2019's politics, and everything that was going on in the world at that time was freakishly the same as sort of where the city was in the 30s as well. You know, in Sydney, we have lockout laws for, all of our bars close at a certain time. And that was sort of the same in the 30s as well, with the 6 p.m. swill. When all of the pubs closed down, you know, they just drank a lot earlier in those days. And Sydney have just brought back our tram system around the city, and they existed in the 30s as well. So it was really incredible when we were doing the research for the show, just how similar. It actually begs the question, how far have we really come? So, you know, it was, yeah. So there's lots of different shows and stuff that I'm performing in, which is just so much fun.
Wow. Well, you are a joy. You are just a ray of sunshine.
You are.
Truly you are. And
thank you.
You know, unfortunately, the world seems to have stopped right when we were about to launch.
That's okay.
But we'll be back.
That just means more time for more costumes. I'm getting on.
Hey, yes. And the people are literally saying, like, they love your version of Wicked Games. Find her CD. She sings amazing pop songs. Like, your fans are here. Catherine, fans are here.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's time. It's definitely time to make another album. My first album, A Real Character, was a compilation of tracks from all of the different stage shows that I've done. So maybe now's the time while we're in lockdown to get thinking and planning.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I like that idea too.
Yeah. And everybody's good.
My breakfast mimosa as well. So I've been having this. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. We're on dinner. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
nearly
it's
10
almost
a.m.
10.
I'm not getting my steps today after this show today.
Well, it's so good to see you. You look fantastic, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I have fun putting this little thing together, and I've got I'm not sure if I've got my sequins on for you boys this morning.
Yes.
Wow.
You brought your A game. You brought your A fashionista here.
Oh, I know. You know what was so exciting, you guys, was on the first episode you did when you had Amanda McBroom, who obviously wrote The Rose. I was just like, oh, isn't she wonderful?
Have you not met her?
No. You need to hook that up.
Okay, I'm going to make that happen tomorrow.
Please. Tomorrow.
Well, your version of the song and that arrangement and that little sizzle reel is quite fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. How's everything going in New York? How are you doing over there, Robert?
It is a really odd, scary time. I'm happy to see that like numbers are going down. I see that in New Jersey, they're starting, it's the 14th day of the numbers actually going down, which is good. But to see New York City and this tri-state area literally on a standstill and stop and empty is very, very, very scary. I know the whole world is going through something, but to see New York City, literally stop is quite a moment, and it makes you really stop and think about what's important with people. So.
For sure, definitely. I can just imagine, all of the artists and everything over there training and getting ready to just come back bigger and better than ever. It's going to be an exciting moment.
It will. All that vocal rest? Are you kidding? We're going to be sprouting for days.
Wow.
It's going to be quite something.
I love it. I love it. Well, I cannot thank you enough for getting up early and doing all that and making a hat.
Look at everything.
I mean,
the whole.
I got the lashes and everything.
Lashes.
Jeez.
Look. Oh my! I love it.
Wow.
That's the weight of my heart.
That's amazing. I don't even have pants on.
Who said I did?
I think that makes 3 of us. There you go.
Love it.
Well,
Well,
thank you so much for having me, you guys. This has been so much fun.
I can't wait to see your show, Catherine. I can't wait.
Yes, I know. I can't wait to perform it for you. Mwah.
Mwah.
Bye. Wow. What we've had a show. We cannot bring this show in for 30 minutes.
No.
I know. There's too much to cover.
We did 30, then we made it 45, and now we're at an hour.
Not really, but we're going to end at 45. But
we're going to turn into Jerry Lewis Telethon eventually. Lee's going to sing "You'll Never Walk Alone," and we'll have the toe board, and that's it.
Where is it? It's my mother. My mother's calling me again. She has to stop calling me during the show. I'm going to answer.
She's
I'm going to answer.
End the show.
Hello.
Right? Hi, Lee's mom.
Hi, Mom. I'm doing a show right now on the interweb.
It's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, you didn't tune in?
Of course.
Oh, you're busy.
It's figures.
Oh, you did the dishes. Okay, so let me call you back when we're done because this is being broadcast. Okay, bye.
Moms. You gotta love a good mother. That's the best. They keep you humble.
Well, the good news is I thought she was calling me to correct me on something like she did the last 2 weeks.
To get off already.
During the show because she was watching. But tonight she was calling because she wasn't watching because she was doing dishes.
Listen, everyone has priorities, Lee.
Oh, Robert,
it's
true. It's true.
It's why therapists stay in business.
Anyway, so
we have a big show next week.
Yeah, we're going to have Adina on as a guest one of these weeks because my mom is very entertaining.
I'm ready.
Anyway, you what?
I need her. I need to see her in person.
I know you do because you've heard so much about her. So next week we have Michael Landra, who is the original tenor in Riverdance on Broadway. He's from Wexford, Ireland. He sounds like he's from Texas, but anyway, he's going to come on. The most gorgeous voice you've ever heard, and just the sweetest man on the planet. So he's on. Susan Werner is on, which is going to be great. I know. And then the following week, we're having an Aladdin reunion. We're having the original stars of Broadway's Aladdin, Adam Jacobs and Courtney Reed on, which I'm thrilled about.
Love them. They're so great.
I know. And then the next week, which is like the 21st of May already, we're doing a Falsettos Broadway reunion with Eden Espinosa, Nick Adams, and Max Von Essen. And then I think the next week is when we get Laura Bell Bundy. She was supposed to be tonight, but they were visiting her in-laws, and she wasn't sure that she'd be able to break away. And they have a newborn, 10-month-old. And
you talk about a month of singers.
Yeah. Singers.
You better sing all month here, Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails.
So anyway, what else can I tell you? We are having a great time with this show, right?
So much fun with the show. I've had such a blast. It's something to look forward to every single week. Lee does so much of the technical stuff. Spends so much time uploading all of this and spending hours. Hours.
Really, really, I do.
Hours. And I little known fact about me, I'm a terrible speller. So Lee also doubles as editor in large.
But he's like an English teacher.
I have a master's in English, but it was online. So it didn't count. It was an online degree.
I'm actually a doctor, but I'm a surgeon, but I got it online.
Oh, perfect.
Oh my God. Well, this is a joy.
Always.
It's truly a joy. I have to say, it really is. And speaking about spelling, last week we started this little virtual tip jar because these shows cost money because we have to pay for the broadcasting thing and whatnot. And I don't know about you, but I'm unemployed. So we thought, maybe we could raise the money to pay for it. And so I created a Venmo account called Quarantine-Cabaret. And then I got a text the next day from a friend of mine back east and said, what is the Venmo account? I can't find it. And that's because in the Venmo account, I spelled it Quarantine Cabernet. Yeah. So anyway, I have learned to spell. I've redone it. So if you want us to continue, feel free. No pressure. Yeah. But we're having a great time.
We are.
And we're going to be back, for the next month anyway. We've got guests booked, right?
We are. We'll be here.
So I love it. Thank you all for joining us.
Tyler,
feel free to Johnny Rodgers, Tyler Jones, Catherine Alcorn, and Susan Werner. And next week, Susan Werner and Michael Landra will be here. And I guess that's that, right?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Lee, as always, for having.
Thank you, Robert.
So much fun, and everybody that's out there working, keeping us safe. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Have a great night.
Have a good night. Thank you, everybody.
It's time for Quarantine Cabaret Cocktails with Robert Bannon and Lee Lessig.